All right, namaste everyone and good evening. Welcome to day two of this workshop. So, we already did yamas yesterday, the first three of them, and they were. Can anyone tell me what they were? The three
Yes.
yamas we did yesterday?
Ahisma,
Uh,
Satya, and Asteya.
yes, ahimsa, that's okay. So, ahimsa, which is non-violence, satya, which is truthfulness, and asteya.
Mhm.
A is non, steya is stealing, non stealing, right? So these are
Yes.
the yamas. Now, today we finish off the yamas and we begin the next limb, which is the niyamas. Um, the fourth yama, this is number one, two, three. The fourth one is brahmacharya. Is it legible to everyone? Is the board, are we able to read this properly?
There's a glare for me on the third letter, third and fourth.
Third and fourth?
Oh, sorry. So no, the BR
Let me try that again.
maybe a little lower. There's a glare right there.
So is it okay now?
Yes.
Okay. So this is called brahmacharya. It is pronounced as charya, but only C is written, but you can also write CH. Both are fine. Now, brahmacharya has again, it is a combination of two words, Sanskrit words, Brahma and Charya. Brahma means the one divine power, right? The one God or the one power that runs this entire universe. Or you can also say the absolute truth, right? The one divine power. Charya means the path to move or the path. Okay. Now, when we talk about brahmacharya, it is the least understood and the most feared of all the yamas for the reason most of the times this has been misinterpreted as celibacy. So we are going to go deeper into the actual meaning of it, and we will try to find out what it actually means and how it is defined as. So when we segregate the entire word Brahma and Charya, it means one divine power, which is Brahma, the absolute truth, the one God, and Charya is the path. So the path that leads to one divine truth. That's the meaning of this. And how we tread that path, what all we are supposed to follow and achieve in order to lead ourselves to that one divine power, that the entire process, the entire effort is called brahmacharya. That's the true meaning of this. This also includes celibacy, but not subject to celibacy alone. We are going to talk about that. Okay. Now, it is not identical with, as it is mostly misunderstood. It is not identical with suppression or total abstinence. So this does not mean total abstinence or suppression of desires. Okay? Desires are also energy. When we are suppressing a desire because we want to accomplish something, now suppressed desires will one time or later are going to express themselves, and that expression is going to be a very negative one and a very explosive one, because it's just like when the gases are suppressed in a can, and when the can explodes, it has a very negative effect. It can also cause accidents, right? Same way to understand this. So, whenever desires are suppressed and they are not used wisely or responsibly, so they have one time or the other, they have to explode, and then when they explode, it comes out in a very negative way. And this is exactly what this means: to act responsibly and to use your energies responsibly. It is not stopping, it is not total abstinence or suppression of your desires, right? So, the true meaning of this will be to pay attention to your desires, yes, of course, but do not get lost in the sensual pleasures and lose direction in life. So, no attachment to the desires. You see the desires coming, use the desires responsibly, and don't get lost in life in them.
Mhm.
That's the true meaning of brahmacharya. Okay? Any question on this? Now, when we say total abstinence, this pertains specifically to sexual activity, right? Now, brahmacharya does not say total abstinence at all, but definitely it is a responsible path. So we have to be responsible, we have to be awake, and we have to know how to use the energies, right? Taking care of the desires and not getting lost in them. Because once we get lost, we lose the track of ourselves and we lose the direction in life, right? Brahmacharya. I'm just going to write it in short. That's a long word. So BRMCH.
Hmm.
And the last one is aparigraha. Let me use the red one. Now, again, it is composed of two separate words. Means non, parigraha means to grasp or hold on to. This is going to answer your question, John. You asked yesterday, and I told you that we are going to discuss something tomorrow. So this was the one. So aparigraha means not holding on to anything, not grasping, not possessing, not acquiring, right? And this sense of grasping and holding on to comes from mine and I. This is mine. And we try to hold on to that mine, right? It could be a material thing, it could be anything, it could be a relationship, it could be my car, my house, anything, right? That is grasping. Because when we hold on tightly, the reason of holding on is mine. This is the troublemaker, or
Mm.
or I. Okay. Now the mine and I, this sense of mine and I is happening because of ego.
Mhm.
Ego will cause illusion, right? And that illusion is that I am the one who is doing this. I am the one who has this. I am the one who is the owner of this, right? Illusion is also called Maya. And Maya is the greatest culprit which can prevent anyone from moving forward towards spiritual life. Okay? So all this is interconnected. It all starts from I and mine. When we are in this consciousness of I and mine, we are going to hold on to everything. We hold on to thoughts. We hold on to our experiences, past experiences. We hold on to things, material things. We hold on to people around us, right? Because of I and mine. And now I and mine is a definite sign of ego. It will create ego. I have so much in life, right? And ego is illusion, causes illusion. Illusion is Maya. The another name for illusion is Maya. In traditional language, it is called Maya. And Maya is going to take you off the path. Just like in the previous in Brahmacharya, we said responsible path, use your energies responsibly, right? So this takes away that responsibility, sense of responsibility, Maya, illusion. Now, even here in Brahmacharya, if you bring in the I and the mind, what will happen? Tell me.
Could we be irresponsible if we bring the I and mine?
Of course, we will be irresponsible. I and mind will lead you to ego. Ego will cause illusions.
Yeah.
And in that ego and illusion, we are just going to forget everything and we will lose direction. We will just indulge, and we will be succumbing to sensual pleasures or sense gratification, if I may call that, right? It is not necessarily in terms of sexual activity. It could be anything. Sense gratification is anything, right?
Mm.
You want something, you like something, you want to possess something. So all these are interrelated and all these are growing on you proportionately once you decide to tread this path. You take care of one, everything else will also be taken care of at the same time. So that's why in the beginning, yesterday, when we started, I used one term, progression. So it is a progression of one's growth, and growth is towards higher consciousness. Now, when we grasp to something like I just explained, I and mine is the reason behind it. Grasping means we are causing resistance to the natural flow of life. Right? We want to hold on to it, right? And we want to resist everything. And we are fearful it might be taken away from us. So it causes resistance in us and also in the natural flow of life due to that. So that leads to a lot of suffering. Fear is another form of suffering, fear of losing, because we are holding on to something. And subconsciously, we are always fearful we might lose it, something might happen to it. Now, when we all know that nothing in this universe is permanent. The only one thing which is permanent is impermanence,
Mm.
right? And still we want to hold on to. So that is something we should think about, all of us. So aparigraha means when we are not holding on to, which means simplicity. In very simple terms, it is simplicity. So
Mm.
not trying to, or not even having, or honoring, or entertaining the thought of acquiring or possessing. Whatever comes, comes. Whatever stays, stays. And behind the second, at the back of the mind, we always have this thought nothing is permanent, everything changes. The body is changing throughout the day. We don't even realize it, but there is a huge change going on every second in this body. All right, less possessions, simple life. That's the true meaning of aparigray, not holding on to anything. This includes thought, this includes material things, this includes people around you, everything. As are done. Now, okay, I'll draw that later so it's more understandable. Let's start the niyamas first. So these are the 5 yamas: ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, and aparigraha. Okay, non-violence, truthfulness, non-stealing, and the path of responsibility, or the path of the divine absolute truth, and non-grasping or non-holding. We'll write them later when the niyamas are done. We'll just have a chart so it becomes uh, more clear to everyone. So we go on to the next limb. The second limb is called niyamas. The first one was yama. Now the literal meaning of niyam is rule, rules. Just like we have rules in the school, rules of the society, we can do this, we can do this. So now niyamas, unlike yamas, are more personal and intimate. Yamas pertain to self and society, our attitude and our behavior in the society, right? Ahimsa, satya, asteya, aparigraha. And niyamas is more related to individual, so it is more personal, how they are grooming themselves with the rules. Okay, now this is called self-restraint. So these rules are also called self-restraint. How can we control our behavior in certain ways, in certain situations? So these are the rules for that. And the first one is short. I'm going to write it both ways. It is written as SHAUCH or SAUC too. You can understand it in any ways. In traditional Sanskrit language, the way it is pronounced is this, and the way it is written is this. But in English, we can use H, so we can say sh instead of s. So this is short. Now, short means cleanliness. The literal meaning of short is cleanliness. Now, cleanliness is purity. Yes? Do we agree on that? Cleanliness means purity.
Yes.
Yes.
Purity, it could be, purity is testament to, purity is testament to positive energy. Wherever there is purity, wherever there is cleanliness, there will always be positive energy. Okay, so the first niyama is purity. Now, we have two types of purities. I'm going to erase this one. Hmm. Let me write that down very different. First is in external purity, and the second one is internal. I'm using the short forms. If you have any questions, please ask me. So first is external purity, and the second is internal. Now, external could be bathing properly, right? Exercising or practicing yoga to take care of the body and to keep it healthy, and having proper diet. All these are included in external cleanliness to take care of the body. Internal will be mental purity relating to the mind. Again, that comes down to desires, expectations, and the five vices: lust, greed. Um, it says Kam, Krodh, Moh. It is lust, anger, attachment, greed, and ego. These are the five vices. Okay, so vices are by nature impure. So mental purity is the internal shauch or cleanliness. Wherever there is cleanliness and purity, there is positive energy. Positive energy relates to power. The person will always be powerful if they have positive energy. And positive energy comes from purity of a certain level or highest level. Now, purity means cannot come without cleanliness. And cleanliness is called shauch, which is the first rule. It is first rule that a person has to follow for himself or herself. Let me use the red one. The second one is santosh. The literal meaning of santosh is contentment.
Mhm.
After cleanliness, the person should be working on his or her contentment level. Okay, that's the second niyama. Now, what it should not be confused with complacency.
Mhm.
Contentment doesn't mean being complacent. Complacent is going to inhibit growth. You know, the laid back attitude, things will
Yeah.
happen on their own and not striving for anything, right? That is being complacent. Contentment doesn't mean complacent, being complacent. So, contentment also should not be confused with happiness. So, what it is not, we will discuss that first. It is not, should not be confused with happiness, right?
Yeah.
It should not be confused with complacency. Now, happiness is something that things are going right, everything is perfect, I'm happy. A happy person may not be content,
Mhm.
right? More desires to be more happy. So we
Mhm.
should not confuse happiness. Now, a content person will be happy or will remain content whether things are going right for them or not.
Mhm.
Okay? This
Yeah.
is the difference. So we need to first understand what is not contentment or santosh, and then we will move on to what is santosh or contentment, right? Now, it also does not mean to tolerate unhealthy relationships. It
Mm.
also does not mean to, how should I say that? Um, Unhealthy relationships or unhealthy working conditions, right? That is not being content. So in all these niyamas and niyamas and the rest of us that we will be explaining and understanding, in even in the entire spiritual life, just like if we are away from spirituality, nowhere has it been said that you have to tolerate what is not right. It hasn't been mentioned anywhere at all. So always we have to step up for ourselves whenever there is injustice. So this does not mean contentment. So do not confuse contentment with all these things. All right. So now we are going to see what contentment actually is. What is mean is not coveting for more. It means not coveting for anything. It allows, now this again, coveting can be acquiring or possessing, the idea of possessing something. And then it allows yogis um, to enjoy success and failure, happiness and unhappiness equally, with harmony and with equanimity. That is contentment. Anything that is coming your way, whether it is happiness or unhappiness, success or failure, we are still content, not asking for more and more, or not asking, why is this happening? I wanted this, this happened. So contentment means exactly that. Santosh. And now contentment is an expression of renunciation. When we are content, we are a renunciate. And content doesn't mean when things are right for us, like we have everything and then I say I'm content. Even when I don't have what I feel I should have, even then I'm okay with that, not having something. That is real contentment. At the back of the mind, we should always understand whatever is right for us, whatever is ours, will be given to us at the right time. So when we have this thought in the mind, then contentment is always there in us, because we know when the right time arrives, things will fall in place.
I want to make sure I'm understanding what you're saying in terms of, because I understand you, when you apply for something in a job, you don't always get it. If you do, you do. If probably because you should have gotten it, but we can't always say that when we don't get it. But is there anything in the universe, you might say, that we could do to reach a goal? Let's say it's a job. So is there anything that we have in our own control that will allow us, besides being prepared? So you're saying it might not have been the right time for you to have this. Where does that come from? I know it's a nebulous concept, but I'm just wondering.
No, that's a good question. I'm going to explain that. So there is a text called Bhagavad Gita, right? In Hinduism, it is considered to be a religious text. I don't consider that, and there are many who don't consider this as a religious textbook. This is the manual for life, how to live life. Okay? Now, I was reading this somewhere. Einstein would read this book and he would say, whenever I am confused or I'm at a dead end with my research and whatever, I would just pick up Bhagavad Gita and open up, and whatever page is there, when I open up the book, it always has a solution to my questions. So this is a very powerful and beautiful book, text to read. Now, according to this, well, most of our, I don't know about others, but yes, my life revolves around this. I can vouch for that. So, according to this, karma
Okay.
and fruit of the karma.
Oh,
Okay.
you mean the result of the karma? Is that what you mean by fruit?
Yes.
Fruit.
Result, we can say yes.
Mhm.
Now, only this part is in our hands.
Right.
This is not.
So
And
who?
that should answer your question. So when we are more inclined on this rather than this, that's when we are missing life. Now, he says in Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna, he says that your job is to only do the action. And then you give that action to me, you surrender that action to me, I'm going to take care of the fruit or the result of it.
Okay.
That's all it is. And that is the philosophy of life.
Okay. Can
So,
we say as a Christian, can we say that our job is to, put your life in God's hands, have the best life that you can do, i.e. karma, comparing that to karma, and then he will worry about the fruit.
absolutely. It's the
So
same.
you can make that comparison.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, absolutely. See, all the religions of the world, they point out to only in one direction. They may be written in different texts and different religious books, but the essence of all the books is the same, right? It could be in different language, making with different examples, or however you may want to call it. But the ultimate truth is this, right? So yes, so when I'm applying for a job or I'm applying for a promotion, that is my karma. And then I have to just
Let
forget
that,
about it.
right. It's not in your hands.
No,
Yeah. So there's a higher power, which I call God, that is taking care of that. And I
yes.
think a lot of people have trouble. I know I struggled with that of giving your life to God so that He directs it. I don't want to
Yeah,
get too, but
yeah, absolutely.
that's not something that a lot of people want to do, not even understand. That we're taught in this society that we are in charge of our lives.
And what is that called? What you just
Suffering?
said? What is that called?
Ego?
Yes,
Yeah.
I and mine.
Yeah.
I am doing it. I want that. This is mine. And
Well,
that leads to ego.
we berate people for not understanding that it's not up to them. We put them down,
Yeah.
and it's really interesting to me.
Yeah.
You know, that if you understand or believe in what you're describing, either as a Christian or another, it's not all up to you. If you believe that, if you believe that there's a higher power.
Yeah. The cause of suffering is this only. I can do it. I can achieve it. Right? And when we don't achieve it, we are not ready for that. That causes suffering. Why didn't I get this? Why didn't I achieve this? And that is suffering, nothing
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
But if we just focus on our actions and leave the rest, I did my best, and now whatever is mine will come to me. It's very simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There'd be a lot less suffering if people felt that way. Thank you for explaining that. I don't want to take up any more time.
That's okay. Thank you very much for that question. That was a good one. Any other questions? I'm going to stop here today. 3 more niyamas to go for this workshop. We will take them up tomorrow. And then we are going to end the workshop tomorrow. And before we wind up today, I just want to reiterate how we started yesterday. Let's say, let's consider this as a ladder, because I said it is progression, not I said. This is how it has been mentioned. It's not me. So this is progression towards higher consciousness. So let's consider this as a ladder, and these are the rungs of the ladder. So there are 8. 1, 8. Okay. And the first step is towards it is yamas. That's the first step on the ladder. The second one is niyamas. This is 1, this is 2. The third one is going to be yam, niyam. The third one is asan, asanas or postures. That's the third one. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Fourth, pranayam, pratyahar. And dharana, this is number 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pratyahar, 6th is dharana. Dharana is focus. 7th is dhyan. Dhyan is meditation. And 8th and the topmost is samadhi. The ultimate. Have any questions? No? All copied? Can I wipe it? All right, let me stop the recording. Thank you everyone for your time this evening.